Have you had problems with your DJI Fly app? Are you getting signal losses, black screens? Then stick around. So here we are, we're out on location, just setting the screen recording up, and I do a quick hand launch at side of the river, beautiful location where I've flown before, a couple of times before, and you'll hear any moment that the home point's been updated.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
So you'll see I've just taken off and I'm about to increase the height. Just going to get ready for a shot alongside the river. This video was going to be uploaded today, but obviously because of these issues, you see I've gone into cine mode and I'm just creeping up the height now, which is around about 5.2 meters, and then this happens. Weak signal, aircraft not connected to RC, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever at that kind of distance and that kind of height. So you can see the aircraft now decides to return to home from 5.4 meters height, no distance, and it decides to land himself. Now DJI claim in their manual that you can't auto return unless it's more than 20 meters away, which really don't make any sense. Complete utter madness. So I brought up the flight logs of that particular flight, and as you can see on here, how many warnings did I get for weak signals, transmission signals, hover signals, all in less than a minute. If you look at the timeline, it's all happened in less than a minute of the flight. So I thought, right, I need to check on the map that it actually has updated the home point to where I was actually stood. So I click into the map view, and as you can see, once I switch into the terrain map, you can see I'm actually stood at the side of the river, exactly where I should be. Switch back again and zoom in, and that's exactly where I was stood, right at the side of the river. So I thought, right, okay, test number 2. Let's try it again. So another hand launch. Let's see how far we get this time.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
So once again, you just heard that. Home point has been updated. Check it on the map. You can see on the map, I'm stood at the side of the river. So okay, so I'm lining up now to take my second shot of the video that should have been put out today. So I thought, right, I'll get some height, 30 meters or something, tilt the gimbal down, line up ready for the shot, for this demonstration that I was doing. So I thought maybe that was just a blip, a one-off. So I start to fly out, get to about 18 meters, just line up the shot, and then once again this happens. So you can see on screen 33 meters, 18 meters, and aircraft not connected to RC. Complete disconnect once again. Don't make sense. So as you can see, it's now returning to home at less than 20 meters out, and then it disconnects again. Weak signal. AC not connected. It's returning to home. It's a complete absolute balls up. It just does not make any sense whatsoever. So it's now starting to land, as you can see. That's when I decided, right, we'll call it a day. We'll go home and we'll check the flight logs. So I'll show you right now the flight logs for the second flight. So here's the flight log of the second flight I did. And as you can see, the home point was updated. And when I flew out to 18 meters, low risk, weak signal, Adjust antennas again, weak image transmission signal, adjust antennas. I'm pointing at the drone all the time. A bit further down, GPS signal weak. The aircraft warning zone, you can ignore that. We're miles away from any airport. Downlink data connection for 4.3 seconds. No GPS, fly with caution. It just goes on and on. It just really doesn't make sense when I've flown here before. So, just breaking out of that video, here's some footage of the same venue I shot a few months ago. A beautiful location, never had one problem whatsoever. Let's take a quick look at that footage. So this is the same area. I was actually stood near the pub on this flight, which is just to the right, it's just gone out of shot. But yesterday I was stood in this location, just here, where the arrow's pointing, not a million miles away, a couple of 100 feet, that's all. So it doesn't really make any sense. So curiosity got the better of me, and I had to go out last night, and I went into a more local location and tested both with the iPad and with the S20 on Android. And the results of last night was absolutely spot on. So I knew there wasn't a problem with the drone. However, I needed to revisit the location for yesterday, which I did early hours this morning before the rain started. So here's a quick synopsis of today's flight at the same location.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
So here we are again on day 2. And what I've done is I've took it up to 5 meters and just hovering for a short while, 1 meter away, trying to simulate yesterday to see if there's any problems that's going to occur. And as you can see, it's quite stable. The satellites, 20 odd satellites there, RC connections perfect. As you can see on screen, a strong GPS signal, 28 satellites, no problem whatsoever. So we decide to move it away. Let's get it away further from the point where it happened the other day, and there's no problems whatsoever. A little bit later on in this video you will see that it actually says a low battery warning, which is quite odd because it's still got a decent amount of battery, as you can see. Quick check on the maps. You can see I'm right at the side of the river as I was before, and you can see I'm pointing directly at the drone from the home point, and I decide to walk away slightly so it detaches from underneath the home point, and as you can see I'm pointing directly at the drone. So back onto the main view. This is where I noticed, I was just about to fly out, and this is where I noticed the back of the drone on the LED was starting to flash red now and again. So I brought it down and got the other camera out so I could show you. So you can clearly see there the red light warning on the back of the drone. Now according to the manual that means that the battery's low. Now I've only been flying for 3 minutes and it goes from red to green. You'll see it in the shot again in a minute. There we go, red, and then it starts to flash back to green. There we go. Don't make sense at all. So taking a look at the flight log from this morning, as you can see, I was only flying there around about 3 minutes in that little bit that you can see, and at no stage was there any battery warnings. I got a 70%, a 60, 57, and so on, but not until 15 minutes later that there was a 30% battery warning. So that really don't add up. So like I say, according to the manual, A slow blinking red on the rear is a low battery warning. So who knows? So that's been of use to you. Like I said in the video, I have contacted DJI. I have sent them the flight logs and I'm awaiting a response. It's just not good enough for things to happen like that, just out of the blue, and then to replay and go back to the same venue the next day and have no problems whatsoever. It just doesn't make sense. So hope you got something out of it. Please leave a comment down below, because I'd like to see what your experiences are and have been. Like I say, I've not had any problems whatsoever since using 1.4.8. I get the odd blip now and again, the odd screen freeze, that kind of thing, but that's it. I've never had signal losses or anything like that. So like I say, leave a comment down below and let's get some discussion going, and you never know, DJI might just be watching the video. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, give it the thumbs up. If not, give it the thumbs up twice. I will see you next week in last week's video, and I'll keep you informed. Thanks for watching.